Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor for Creative Memories Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks look fabulous. Today, I'm going to show you this quick little border I came up with. Let me just get you over to my workspace here. And it was quick and easy, but it serves a purpose. I don't know if anyone here has ever been to Lake George, New York, but my family and I have been there several times. And one of the unique things I love about Lake George is the fact that the sun rises over the mountains and the water. It's, in my opinion, quite unique. And I wanted to create a border that kind of showed that. I have a lot of photos from Lake George. My youngest son and I we're the only ones who are willing to get up early enough to see the sunrise. So I have a lot of pictures that I want to create pages for. And I thought this would be a really cool border to create for that. So what you're going to need is one of the mountain punches. This one is the Alpine Mountains punch. I may have one or two left in stock if you don't have one, so let me know and I can look through and see what I have. But if you have the other one, I think it was Majestic Mountains. There might be another one too. I can't quite remember, but any mountain punch will do. I also used the tearaway sheet from Serene Waters, and this is the piece I used here. And I want you to notice that this one is a little shorter because I had originally cut it to use it for something else. So I cut it down on the sides. But when I create now, I'm going to create the full 12-inch border with you so you'll see. Okay. And then I also used this sheet from the vellum paper pack from Serene Waters. All right. It's got kind of a golden beigey tone decorative piece on it. All right, decorative element. And then I also used hot fudge and dark green cardstock. Okay, so let me quickly just get into how we're doing this. You're also going to want your repositionable tape runner, and if you have vellum tape runner, that will be helpful too. It's always nice to have your multi-purpose tool and your 12-inch trimmer. And the only blade from the 12-inch trimmer today will be the straight blade that we're using. Although you could use a decorative blade if you choose. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So to create, the first thing we're going to do is cut out this border. So you just want to get that whole border out. And this is perfect because this, to me, this border could be a sunrise or a sunset. It will work either way. And it's just going to look really pretty when it's done. So I'm just going to use my little guide here to make sure I'm not cutting anything off I don't want to cut off. And here's one. And now I'm going to come back for the bottom piece and make sure I have that lined up nicely as well. And that's the nice thing about our 12-inch trimmer, right? It makes it so easy to cut precisely. Those guides are a huge help. All right, so here's the base for our border. So I'm going to put the rest of this paper to the side. And just take a piece of your dark green, and I'm going to have you cut a 1/2-inch strip. So it'll be a 1/2 inch wide by 12 inches long. Right? So you're going to put this strip to the side, and this paper you're done with. And you can put your trimmer away because I don't think we'll need it anymore, but keep it handy just in case. I find that even when I think I don't need the trimmer, I'm always going back to it. All right. So now I'm going to just use the black lines on my punch here. So I'm going to line up on that line or that line, oops, right there, whichever you're most comfortable with. And I'm going to cut a 12-inch border out of this Alpine Mountain punch. Let me just get that there. And as I'm punching, I'm just covering the little pattern on the tray as I go. All right. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to take my vellum paper here and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, don't get rid of your scraps from the punch. We're going to use some of those. So leave those to the side. And go ahead and punch a border out of your vellum. Now, if you don't want a full length border of 12 inches, you don't have to have a full length border, but if you want, you don't have to do any other cutting, which is nice. All right. And I'm going to put these pieces to the side as well. I don't think I'm going to use these, but I will definitely use the hot fudge. And you know, I was right. I do need my trimmer. Oh, just when you think you don't need it, you do. So I'm just going to open the arm here. And what I'm going to do is take both of the pieces that I just punched, and I'm going to, let me show you with the brown, it'll be easier to see. I'm going to line the tips of my little mountaintops to the 1.5 inch mark. All right. So just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my vellum. But I just wanted to show you the hot fudge first because I knew it would be easier to see on camera. I love finding new and different ways to use vellum paper. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Okay, so there's my vellum piece. So these two can go to the side. Now we're ready to build, if you can believe it. So let's take our border and our repositionable tape runner. And the first thing we're going to do is just kind of place your mountains on your border. And so what I want to do is kind of offset it a bit. And I think what I'm going to do is cut this down. It was easier to offset on a shorter piece, right? So we're going to have to play with it a little bit. So I think my answer is going to be to just pull the mountains down a little bit. And I think that will work out better. And let me just see. And on this piece, what I'm going to do is turn the vellum mountains over so they're not exactly on the hot fudge mountains. I hope you can see that. Oh, it does kind of look cool on camera. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to take the vellum off for a second, and I'm going to go ahead, and I just want to see, because I think I will need my trimmer again. But you know what we'll do? Put your tape runner up a little high. So that way, we can play around with it. My goal is to not fully cover my sun here because I want it to be seen. That's kind of the fun in this, is seeing the sun pop over the mountains a little bit, right? So we're just going to push this down and readjust if necessary. Okay. So here's number 1 border on there. It's already kind of looking pretty cool, right? Now, before we put our vellum, we're going to come over to our little pieces here because we're going to use all these little scraps. So what I'm going to do is quickly go over all this area with my repositionable tape runner. And I know it seems a little strange, but I'm going to put all the brown back in. All right. And it actually goes pretty quickly. And I just want to make sure that that top piece is down there. Okay. So I'm just going to take my pieces and fill them in, because this is going to make it look really cool once you put the vellum on top of it. Now, if you want, you could do, I thought about filling this in with bronze shimmer, and I think that could look really cool too. But play around with this, because I think this is a lot of fun. All right, so then we're just going to put the little teeny pieces in. And I'm not like getting crazy about trying to get it precise, because anything that shows through is just going to look like part of the mountain, right? So it's still going to look great. All right, now, oops, and we cut these little pieces too. I always forget about these little guys. So let me just get those on. Oops. There. These little pieces are tricky to deal with. But what's helpful actually is you could use the multi-purpose tool. All right, and I think this one goes this way. Oops. This is the trickiest part of this border. So if you get this part done, you're good. Oops. All right. Multi-purpose tool for the rescue. All right. We just need to get this in there. I think I'm flipping it the wrong way. Yep, I had it the wrong way. So let's try it the correct way. There. All right. There's always one stubborn piece, right? And I think that's going to go that way. And the multi-purpose tool is really good to help you with these teeny tiny pieces. That's going to go this way. Yep. Oopsie. This one's a little stubborn again, too. Which way does that one go? Oh, I think it's this way. Oh, my goodness gracious. This one does not want to behave. Ah, there we go. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is give this a quick rub, because I don't want my vellum paper to go over. Oops, and this little guy came off, but I don't want the vellum to go over the repo, because it will show up. Have to get this on the right side. There. So just gently rub and make sure you're holding down any of those little pieces so they don't come off on you. All right. Okay, so I think I've got all the repo off. Now I'm going to take this, and I don't want to do it so that it's exact. So if I did this, this would be exact, right? And it could still look really cool. I could offset it like this, but if you see on this one, I hope you can see, I did just kind of offset it, and I could because this is shorter. But with this one, I can either do this or I can turn it like this. And now things will be a little more offset. You know, not perfect, but just enough. So I think that's what I'm going to do on this one. So I'm going to turn it over. And I'm just going to use a very small amount in 3 places. So I'm going to do, this is the vellum tape runner, and I'm just going to do a little dab here. With vellum paper, a little goes a long way. And I don't want to put this up too high, so I'm putting it hopefully low. All right. And now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to attach it. I just want to make sure I'm getting it where I want it to be. I think I am. So I'm going to go with that. Oops. Now, if you want, you can take your multi-purpose tool and just rub over where the vellum tape runner is. And that helps to blend it in so you don't notice it, right? Now, for the sake of the video, I would spend a little more time on that part of it. But once you do, it does pretty much disappear. So I just rub it in a little bit. And then I need some grass. So this 1/2 inch strip, I'm just going to put some repo on. And now I'm going to put this on the bottom of the border. All right. And then all I have to do now is get myself a little title. So let me come over here. Some of the things I like, I think wide open spaces and wanderlust actually works really well with this border, right? This came from wide open spaces. And this time I'm going to try wanderlust. And I feel like, oh, you know, like camping in the mountains, right? How cute will that be? Ah, I love it. All right. And then maybe we can get a little title. Best vacation ever. All right. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in about, I don't know, a little ways. And what's really cool is we stay at an, when we go to Lake George, we stay at an RV camp, even though we don't own an RV. And I think I'm going to do some foam squares on this guy. Get some foam squares out. Actually, I think just one right smack dab in the middle will do. Best vacation ever. And then let's see. Do we have, oh, what do we have? I think we could do, let's do a little heart here, right? And I think I'll put that on a little foam square. Ooh, look at that multi-purpose tool. So I'll hold that down. You know what? I think I'm going to cut the foam square in half. It doesn't seem to need a full one. So I don't know. Oh, where are my scissors? Son of a gun, I brought them upstairs to use them for something and I didn't bring them back down. So we're just going to use the full one, but you can cut your foam squares in half. I don't know if you guys know that, but it makes it very easy to use them more. All right, so I'm going to put this right here with my little title. All right, and voila. Here is my perfect little border for a sunrise over the mountains and the lake. Is that so pretty? All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. I love using the vellum paper and I love using these tearaway sheets. They're so much fun and they make it really easy. I mean, you just saw me whip that together, right? How quick and easy is that? So that is my little project for today. And now I'm going to come back up because I have some things to tell you. So I am running a contest and it ends today. And I have a lot of comments and whatnot to go through. And I want to make sure I get everybody's names into the correct drawing. So I'm going to do the actual prize presentation. I'm going to do a special video this Friday night at 8 p.m. Okay, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And I will draw the winners on that video. And that's all that video is going to be. It's just going to be drawing our prize winners. All right. So there are a lot of people that placed orders. There are a lot of people that shared my YouTube channel with other people. So it's been a fun thing. And I love reading your comments. So please keep them coming. I'm always looking for new ideas to share with you. So if there's something you want to know about, please know it does not go on deaf ears. It might take me a little bit to get to it, but because I do have a schedule of things that I'm working on. But I will get it into my schedule to show you all and share. All right. So once again, thanks so much for watching. I know this was a quick video this week, but next Sunday is the first Sunday of November. So it's going to be another plus sign design sketch. Woohoo! I love those. They're so fun. And I hope you guys do. I hope you guys love the plus sign design sketches. I enjoy doing them, so I hope you enjoy them as well. So please leave some comments. Let me know your thoughts. And thank you, as always, for watching. I appreciate it. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe. I would love to have you be somebody who watches on a regular basis. And if you haven't already done so, please feel free to join my Facebook group. It's called FRQ Glitz Girls Scrapbooking Group. And I know a few people feel like, oh, I didn't know it was an advisor group. It's run by 3 advisors, myself and 2 others, but we have lots of different people in there. So don't feel like you're intruding. It's quite all right. Okay. So I just wanted to clear that up because I did see a comment the other day and I'm like, oh no, she's welcome. Don't want anyone to feel like they can't join. So it's all good. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope I get to read all your comments and hopefully see a lot of you online for the prize drawing on Friday night. Thank you so much for watching and bye for now.